Globally, the power sector is responsible for the single largest contribution to global greenhouse gas emissions, and therefore, that's where the solutions need to lie. The Regulatory Assistance Project supports the clean energy transition and works with regulators and policymakers who are working towards decarbonizing the power sector.
The progress that we need to make in the next 15 years is unprecedented. There's a lot of challenges along the way, a lot of opportunities to do more.
We're now facing a new wave of political decisions being made that are not evidence-based, decisions that are going to cost customers more. So instead of moving fast without breaking things, now we need to suddenly accelerate while also fixing things.
In order for a significant change to happen, we need to consider the entire energy system. And that means including and thinking about systems in ways that we haven't before. The largest and most complex area is buildings, everything from the houses that we live in to large industrial complexes, and even considering equity in that. Access to energy changes lives, and we know that.
You wonder why a utility does something that doesn't make sense. Well, look at perhaps the system, and perhaps the system actually led them to that.
We need public funds to fund deep renovation for the energy poor.
Energy poverty at its root is a household's inability to access and afford the basic energy services that we know underpin all of our lifestyles, and in fact really underpin our human rights. We work with regulators, we work with environmental organisations, but I think increasingly we're really managing to support social organisations that really have much broader interests than just the energy transition, but they are seeking out RAP support. That's a real success factor for us, I think.
Every country around the world is actually at a high level grappling with a similar set of clean energy transition challenges.
RBs role is to provide the right ideas to the right people.
If you're a decision maker in a particular country, you may not know what's going on in all of these different places. You need an organization like RAP to actually come in and say, look, here are 5 good ideas and examples already that you can draw on.
When we work together, we really collaborate with each other, create synergy, and go toward the right direction.
We highly value our independence. And that's on purpose and by design, because we want the data to be able to drive the recommendations.
There are imperatives to address climate change that come from international agreements. Scientists and many governments are acting in this direction, and they need help.
There's certainly very large amounts of need in the world for the expertise that we can provide, and I'm optimistic that we'll be able to do that well.
What we do is important, but what's critical is to have people in decision-making positions have the courage and the confidence to feel like they know what they need to do. And what we're doing is helping these public officials energize change.